Some of us have jobs that require cooperating with different departments, and as we know, this may not always be easy, especially if that person that's responsible for the entire project is you. So how do we do it effectively? So if you are a project manager, account manager, or a coordinator in any shape or form, I'm sure you're working with multiple departments to accomplish your work. So first thing I want to talk about is treat your colleagues as your peers and not as your subordinates. So what happens is that when we are in the coordination positions, we feel that we are very responsible for the role, and we kind of feel like we're outsourcing the job to other departments. So the relationship becomes more like a client and supplier, very transactional, more like just get on with your job, no side hustle, no questions asked. And what I want to say is I encourage you to talk to them as if they were your peers, because first of all, they are your peers, but treat them as an expert in their fields. Moreover, make sure that you understand the challenges they are facing and their importance in the process. Make them feel heard, make them feel important, and acknowledge that the work that they are doing actually matters, because guess what? It actually really does. Show respect and interest in other departments' work. So as I mentioned earlier, it is important to show respect to your colleagues and acknowledge that their contribution to your project is valid and significant. So one of the things that you can do is you can involve them in the early briefing call or briefing meeting, so they feel they are there at the source and they're not getting some sort of secondhand information. Another thing that you can do is to show them that you are interested in the challenges that they're facing to deliver your work. Or maybe you can go even further and ask about what are the department's challenges and things that they face that might prevent them from doing the best that they can for you. Keep it interesting and challenging for them. No one likes working on a boring task. So give people tasks that are exercising their skills and imagination and whatever that they need to accomplish the task, and make them ignited fire within them. Or if you can't give them a motivating task, maybe make your brief motivating. Another important thing that I see many people do not do is to explain why is it that you're asking for, what is it that you're asking for, and just give people background about like what are the actual reasons behind their job, because you know what, it will actually make them work better and understand their entire contribution much more, and they will be able to deliver a better piece of work for you. So it's really a win-win situation, which nicely leads me to another point: creating a we mentality. So what I'm talking about here is it's not you and the other departments, but it's we mentality. It's us as one team. So make sure that everyone on the team feels that they are in it together, because guess what? If you can't show it, or if you can't even show the excitement for the work, how can they? Develop a sense of responsibility and ownership. Everyone on the team needs to know what they are responsible for, and they need to feel that they own their piece of work. If in any way you make them feel like they don't own it, it's like taking their power away. It's like taking their job or performance away. So make sure that everyone feels they're responsible and accountable for the work they are to deliver. Share the full feedback with the team. So what oftentimes happens at the account handler or coordination position is that we receive some piece of feedback and we sometimes don't really fully pass it on. Now, on one hand, I understand, but on the other hand, that makes the other departments or your colleagues feel like they're less important in the process. And do not get me wrong, you have to be very good about your feedback. So you have to know how to edit it to the team. So let's say if your client is complaining about your colleague, you don't really want to pass that feedback on, but maybe their feedback is so clear that it would be really good if you could just pass it on as it is to your colleague, and it would make them feel like they have the feedback from the source and that they understand. And sometimes what happens is that people get a bit anxious when they don't get the right feedback, is because they do not trust you, like that you can interpret the feedback correctly when you're paraphrasing. So therefore you just really need to find the right balance between how to share it. But the more you share, the more involved your team will feel about that. Find out what's in it for them. So make sure that you know what your team's goals and aspirations are like. Do they want a promotion? Do they want to change departments? Do they want more money? Find out what's in it for them and try to treat them accordingly. Another very important thing is to recognize their successes. So everyone likes to be recognized and everyone likes to be acknowledged for their work. So whether you pick up a public or private situation, I am sure that no one will argue with you if you give them a good positive feedback. Pick your battles well. When I was younger, I really did not get this whole concept, and sadly it came with age. Well, my life would have been so much easier if I did. But this is a very important topic. So if you are experiencing issues, you really need to understand which ones you let go of and which ones you don't, to create an optimal working environment. So here's the thing. If you are maybe a bit more opinionated, somehow feel like more superior to the others, this might be a very hard thing to do, but there's this one vital thing you need to remember. You want people to work with you, not against you. And I say that one more time. You want people to work with you and not against you. So you need to be very careful. You cannot be petty or bitchy, and you should just only focus on addressing issues that will have impact. Maybe there is a major quality issue and there is a big thing. So this is where you need to divert your focus to. And finally, respect comes from actions and not a title. So some people may think that when they get promoted to director level that everyone should automatically respect them. Well, guess what? It does not really work like that, right? You have to demonstrate through your action that you're worthy of respect. So you need to walk your talk. And also people are drawn to those who are being genuine and authentic, and this is how you gain respect. There you have it. These are my 10 tips on how to work effectively with other departments within your company. I would absolutely love to hear from you on what are your challenges with your department, or if any of those tips that I just shared apply to you and you can utilize them on day-to-day. If you do, please pop it in the comment box down below. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, be kind, stay positive. I'll see you next time.